is the best way to start as a win range.
Blacklist really want to start off a strong lane here. Raven's already committed for the points into Metamorphosis. Bosku with the Blood Grenade at the ready.
For the most part,
Bottom. Fu, this is going to be a first blood 5 minutes in. Ooh. Goes the way towards Raven as Tims does TP in to secure the kill. You can kind of afford to leave KP Doom alone now, right? Still doesn't actually have that ring of regen, sorry, ring of health, I say, for the Vanguard, but support's now starting to abandon their offlaners as there's going to be another TP on in to refill the bottle of mid one just ahead of the power moon's spawn. Okay, Aether Remnant actually still catching Carl. They do burn through the shield, the aphotic shield that is. Lots of shields here in the middle lane as Carl sets for a two-man swashbuckle. Out of mobility spells here is Johnwell. Just showing up, just chilling here for now. Looks like SMG will retain control over the top runes. Mid one just shy of level 6. Is going to get it shortly, but Carl beat him to the punch. Now Bosco as well to do a bit of physical damage. We'll see what Zhao can do here. It's going to go for the Nightmare save. It's good enough, but just mid one, he just has no mobility, Jonathan. He's going to end up going down.
Yeah, the creeps just didn't die. He didn't get his level 6. No step away. The aggression from Blacklist again coming out online. Is it just me? I've talked to Mike about this. The SMG voice line.
Yeah.
It's very high quality, like in terms of technical quality. The file is very high def.
How can you tell?
It just sounds much more refined, you know, like not like a crappy gaming headphone mic.
Well, yeah, obviously. I mean, I assume they got Mr. JJ Lin to record that line for them.
It just throws me off.
It is JJ Lin, right?
It should be. I don't know. I don't listen to a lot of Mando pop, as I can't understand it.
Same thing here. You know, the most I ever do about Mandarin pop is when I ask my friends to turn on the pinyin in the karaoke room so I can sing along and have terrible pronunciation.
Yes, that's exactly it. But
that's all I know.
Always throws me off. It feels like I've got a browser in the back.
Hold on, Johnwell. Oh, he's going to get distracted by the courier. He's going to be a bit too slow here, I think. SMG making a play here. The Nightmare not in time. Johnwell went for the courier kill instead, and he will die as a result. Apu is going to be able to back Bosku away as well. Don't think they're going to be able to connect on Bosku for a kill, but Johnwell is going to end up going down thanks to the TP of Carl.
Find a freebie, still get the Wisdom Rune going here. More than happy to prevent SMG from trying to catch up that way. The one silver lining right now for SMG is Chidori being left alone to farm again. It's a little bit similar to game 1, where your lanes aren't quite panning out in the way you'd want them to. You've got this early aggression that's just not kicking into gear. Your Venomancer support's really not achieving too much as Cuckoo just runs him down with the right clicks.
He's not scared of him pretty much whatsoever. I mean, anytime the Gale comes through, Bosku's just going to save the Aphotic Shield for that. 8-minute runes, potentially a turning point here, as mid one is about to hit level 7. Johnwell again with another TP on in. As SMG attempts to control both runes. Supports all rotating on over as the rune is going to spawn bottom. Bosku's already protecting it though, and it's an arcane for him. So that'll at least be neutralized here more or less. You know, I think mid one really looking for like a DD or a haste to be able to rotate on and try and kickstart his game. He's finding it rather difficult now, especially as he is pretty far behind here. He's about neck for neck when it comes to the net worth of his team, but not really accomplishing too much here.
Yeah, he's not able to set up just yet. And for SMG, you can kind of rotate on the Bane, I suppose. You can try to play off the back of him, but you can't really start these fights with a Venomancer all too well. You're at the point where Monstrous, again, is just sitting back and trying to farm up, still working onto the Vanguard.
Cool move by Raven. He's going to push the wave out, let Bosku sap some XP, take the gate top, and push the tower. KP had basically already given the boot to Chidori, who's in the jungle now, farming up towards his Yasha. But just, you know, making his own space. I really like to see that. Raven on his renowned TB, of course.
Yeah, something he specialized in for a very long time. For SMG, I mean, I'm trying to think of what they can do, because it feels like this kind of lineup, if it falls behind, it doesn't feel good for any of the heroes, right?
Is there anything you maybe can do with a song? I know there's no like Disruptor, Jakiro, nothing huge like that, but do you think that might be something they can look to do here?
Not in particular.
They're blocking his camps too, my goodness. Blacklist are relentless here.
Yeah, and they understand what the game plan has to be for SMG. Like, you went out the lanes, then you just suppress Chidori's farm as much as you can. A 4K lead at 9.5 minutes is no small deal.
That's
it's
significant.
Pretty damn big.
Yeah.
And again, for SMG, their lineup just wanted to run fast. They have this theoretically really aggressive lane down bot with Monstrous and Apu, but What does Bandmancer and Batrider do when they can't connect their spells?
And this is going to be rough. I mean, your supports need to hit level 6 here as well, right? So that new Noxious Plague, and of course the Fiend's Grip, potential very powerful counter, to a Pangolier Rolling Thunder, even if you do have a Aphotic Shield. Now, hold on here. Oh, it's just an illusion rune. Now, I do wonder, actually, with the change to magic immunity, right? Because it used to be magic immunity, which meant actually you could not use press the attack or Aphotic Shield on cores that were BKB'd because they're magic immune, right? That used to be kind of a soft way to balance them. Now that you're only debuff immune, can you shield people when they're BKB'd and when they're mid-rolling thunder? Because I believe before you couldn't.
They are pushing in mid now on Blacklist again, keeping this momentum up. And they're coming in for the defense, but mid-one's melting.
And maybe it's scary. They might just kill mid-one here. I mean, the illusion rune's going to buy him a bit of space. Good shackle. David, wait, KP, did you doom him?
Just to make sure.
Just to make sure. I mean, just in case Carl missed the roll. Low percentage play, but KP, you know, he's going to secure it anyway. All right. I mean,
if you had Ocarina up, maybe you're a little bit happier still. You've got this tempo even without the Doom. Already pushing down bot as well. Mid one?
That is a wild. That's an absolute wild timing.
Yeah. No.
Raven. He's got a Sunder target. He doesn't even have Sunder. He has a skill point. He's not even saving a skill. He's not scared, man.
Yeah. I don't see a reason why you'd be scared right now. It's 7-0.
I see a reason for Masaros to be scared. You got one little lonely bridge. Oh, and he's barely going to make it up and across the bridge. Afu doing what he can here, but eventually Carl's going to be able to close the door. That's not even diffusal yet on Carl. Blacklist are just absolutely in control here, John.
Yeah, and again, for this lineup from SMG, it devolves into a Naga game, and it's not the smoothest Naga game. Right?
He's so far still from his Echo Saber. I mean, not that far, but needs the Ogre Axe. And as you can see, not a lot of farm to go around here. It seems like they're really prioritizing it onto Masaros, but let's not forget, you've got Bosku to counter him. Bosku, who still has a point in borrowed time, is now going to commit it. They actually almost managed to get through him, but will be just shy. The grip now onto Carl as they doom. I almost called him Makoto, but mid one, yet again, they attempt to deny him, but will fail that as well. Afu at least is going to be able to... No, actually, Carl's right on top of him. There's a lasso. It's a kill at the very least onto Tim's. That's worth 350 gold. Not the worst. Chidori now showing up to the fight as well. He does have Song of the Siren. There's not a lot of resources here, but there is a Metamorphosis Raven. That's scary enough and reason enough for SMG to back out of this fight.
Again, they at least find something for their trouble here on SMG. One kill, that's 100% gain over their 0.
That is infinitely more kills.
Infinitely more.
Actually, no, it's an incalculable amount.
Incalculable amount for sure, but not enough to really offset this game.
No, not at all. This one's still, I mean, you don't have Song. That mid one is made out of paper right now.
He is. And are they forcing?
They're going to try borrow time back up in 10 more seconds now as mid one in the thick of things is going to have to use an Astral Step on the way out, and he's dead. Raven with the kill there, still fighting into the Metamorphosis as he gets off Asunder just in case. Bosku, oh, he still has borrow time that just came off cooldown. 3 heroes dead from SMG as they try and counter initiate here. Chidori kind of just sitting around. I mean, honestly, he's an Naga. What do you expect him to do this early? I can't really blame him. For the rest of SMG, take a fight into the last seconds there of the Metamorphosis. And honestly, Jonathan, it goes about as you expected, as one would expect.
Yeah, it goes about how I expect, kind of horribly. Yeah. It's just not lining up for SMG. They needed to come out stronger from these lanes.
They did.
The one lane that I really look at is Afu and Matsuros. Like, you go for Venomancer and Batrider, you want to dominate that lane. Sure, to an extent, the Abaddon kind of ruins that. But you expect a little bit more presence coming out there, and it just doesn't. And
they mid one has like stepped down here, you know, like he was not farming. They were giving those little stacks to Masaros for him to, I presume, to get this Octarine core online. Now maybe the Blink is where they feel like things are going to turn around here, but I mean, Blacklist, they're starting to really run away with this one. An 11k lead, 17 minutes in. I mean, at least you got a kill, right? But not much else, honestly, as mid one is going to be chased down, but gets the Astral Step away in time. He'll be A-okay. It's looking really tough. I mean, Tim's is kind of actually catching up to the farm.
He's got Refusal now.
Holy moly.
So he's going to hit like a truck, and the Universal type for Wind Ranger means she can use these stats really damn well. She can use the stats of Disperser really well as well if Tim's manages to work his way into that one. Doesn't even feel necessary.
Alrighty. Oh yeah. Just doom up John well. Why not? I mean, at this stage, you know, the kill is just more map control for you, as that's going to force Chidori right on away as he attempts to work into this heart. Still pretty far away from it though, as we do see that defusal timing now for the support Windrunner.
24.
Are they gonna? I guess they can if they use the meta. Why not?
Doesn't take too long. There's no threat from SMG. Like, what are they gonna do? Try the song in. Song's still on cooldown anyway. But even if they did, what's your follow-up for that play? A lasso onto one. Well, who will you lasso? Maybe the Abaddon to ensure your lasso
yeah,
goes through?
it has to be. Yeah,
it's not good.
Well, I mean, even then he just activates the ulti.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You still have counterplay there.
It's troublesome. It's troublesome. Yeah, the way you can kill an Abba, I forgot about that cursed taunt. Holy moly.
It is a very cursed taunt.
Holy moly.
Very interesting taunt.
Yeah, I completely forgot about that one. The way you can kill an Abba is if you break him and then silence him. Then you can just, you know, kill him.
Yeah, we're not getting any of that anytime soon.
No, we are not.
SMG.
Look at the kill streaks. I mean, 7 kill streak right now as well.
Yeah,
Carl's
no
having
debts on Carl.
one hell of a game. You know, and with a performance like this, dare I say it, you know, these old timers, you know, Blacklist rivalry, I would say, especially Raven, you know, the first kind of in that first generation of C players to really make a main appearance on the international scene. You know, I remember hearing an interview where Raven's like, yeah, senators even knew who I was and stuff like that. Like, really a big deal. These guys, they're looking good again.
They're looking good again. It looks like they've been revitalized again. I feel like this potential was always there for Blacklist. It just kind of came down to execution in game, where maybe it's just not too clear. Maybe there are too many heads talking at once. Easier to get your ideas mixed up.
Ahu. Just gonna try and get out of this one. Oh, sneaky movement here, but only one place he could have been. They're going to eventually suss him out. There he goes. I mean, this one feels desperate already, honestly. I mean, you got Masaros, and they're doing the Nexus thing. Look at KP. Oh my goodness, yeah, that's right. Doom cancels and mutes abilities. There you go, and items is what I meant to say. Masaros, I mean, he's just dead, John.
Yeah,
he's just dead. I mean, Tibbs, okay, that's fine, honestly. No one saw it. We didn't.
No miss there.
No miss.
I mean, you know, he was standing still, so my Filipino vision can see him.
That's right. That's right, exactly.
I'm blinded. But this game is also blinding for SMG to look into. I don't know what you do. Like, I'm still trying to think, what can you do? Maybe you get a pick off onto one. Let's say you hunt Raven down when his teammates are away from him. Bam! You get the grip, you get the lasso, you get the kill.
Where is your damage? Honestly, where's your damage? Because it's like, even if Bosku is playing AFK, even if he's got, you know, both feet up on the desk,
yep.
He normally has 1 foot up on the
No. He's got the
knee up.
feet on the keyboard and mouse.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right. Like the StarCraft player.
Yes.
Even if he does that, I don't think they even really need him right now. I think Raven's just too strong. He's got a freaking Iascati. 2,700 HP. He's got level 2 Sunder.
You can't burst?
He's got a Dispel. You're not going to burst. He's going to Sunder you. He's going to pop meta. I mean, right now he's going to push your high ground without even first ages, mind you.
Yeah, this is, quite frankly, I'm getting flashbacks to almost like a Shopify Rebellion game in NA.
Wow. That's saying something.
That is saying something. That's quite the smasher.
Did you cast that game where Arteezy had like 1 million farm at 12 minutes or something?
I've casted 2 of his games where he's had 1 million farm now.
What the heck is going on in NA, man?
I wish I could explain it, but NA. That's all it is right now.
Tier 3 towers going to go down. They are continuing to be annoying and cut waves. This reminds me of that one patch where Pucks and Void Spirits and Storms would do this ad nauseum to delay games. And it's going to be effective at forcing Blacklist rivalry on back. And it's buying space and time, of course, but quite naturally, Jonathan. As they say in C, space and time for what?
Yeah.
For you to get doomed, as Masaros is in trouble down bottom, walked up the cliff, found KP, who was smoked up alongside Tims, and is going to be killed off by the lingering damage.
Just like that. Like, I don't know. Like this build-up, this arms race for Chidori, I don't know if it's enough. They'll find another.
Yep. Nice nightmare. He's, again, precious second spot.
He wakes up from that nightmare, but you're not going to wake up from the nightmare that is this game anytime soon.
No, you are not. It is getting pretty one-sided here, John.
It is. 19-1. Chidori's about to have a heart. That's something.
That's something.
You can shove back the waves. You can keep working the map, stall out as much as possible. But to what extent? Well, I don't know. high ground's being sieged again.
Really clean stuff, by the way, by Blacklist. They do kind of get forced back. They collect the kill down bottom, kill the guy who was cutting the waves. They rotate mid, find another kill, and then immediately escort the wave back top. This is great stuff, but yeah, that's all Boss got to do. He just literally has to press R. You don't have any silences against him, but now the grip onto KP. This is a bit hopeful, but they are actually getting through him, and that's going to be finally the second kill here for SMG. Carl as well, looking worse where has Aegis still for 25 seconds, as that Song of the Siren's going to burn a further 6 or 7 seconds of that now. This might just be lined up quite perfectly. They're going to look for the kill onto Raven. Oh, but he's actually dispelled it. Gets off the Sunder. Doesn't matter very much, though. Bosku is now down for the count. They're trying to ignore Carl as much as they can. Aegis up in 7 more seconds. Really great stuff now, actually, out from SMG. They have been forced to buy back now from Masaros. Giving chase is mid one. Just barely whiffs there on the remnant. What could have been, what still could be, actually, as Raven in trouble finds himself rooted and killed. Oh no, but by a neutral. They needed that money.
Oh no.
They needed the money, Jonathan.
They need prevent yourself from even just being shackled up.
Yeah,
big opening with that.
That's good enough, honestly. That is good enough. Mid lane. SMG looking for another fight. Soros did have himself a lasso, rather, and now he's not going to be able to use it because he is going to be doomed up, pushed up to the high ground by the Rolling Thunder of Carl, who's bouncing around in the river, waiting for Masaros to come on back. One more way that we need, Jonathan, before we got the magic number, and I think it's going to be Zhao. It could be mid one, though, if he's not too careful, but
there
Zhao doesn't have enough HP. There it is. Everyone's happy. We did it. Chidori is now in onto the fight as Raven is fighting, holding on to the Metamorphosis. He's going to be doing even way too much damage than they can handle right now. He's going to look to turn some of that damage into Chidori now. Zhao bought back and is immediately just killed off, basically right where he stood. Don't bury the grave yet. Don't cover the grave. Zhao, he's back the second time. Very hopeful on that kind of a buyback. Unfortunately, killed off pretty much immediately. Didn't even get to channel the ultimate. Good movement from mid one as he looks to maybe cut another wave, but honestly, that's too dangerous now that the wave is a bit too close to Blacklist. I mean, it's another kill at least for SMG. They do find KP again in the engagement, but they're just not sustainable trades here.
No, definitely not. At least for SMG, they still have this Song to play with on Chidori. He's working onto the Butterfly, so you don't really have a way of piercing through that evasion just yet. So that's where things maybe start to feel a little bit better with Nagi Illusions. Already tanky with a heart. The evasion should allow them to, again, keep stalling this game, try to hit these timings. I mean, as you scale on, I suppose the utility does kick into gear. Down the line, I'd actually want to see maybe something like, say, Ag's Lasso coming through. Double Lasso could feel pretty big.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, so if you catch, like, say, Cuckoo, you can catch someone else behind him. Or ideally, try to use the first person to catch Cuckoo.
Yeah, because
that's the play. So, try to see what happens. SMG smoking out now.
Carl, I mean, he literally, used Invis right on top of an Observer Ward, so he's an easy pick off. That's something.
That's a huge streak.
Oh my god, that's almost 800.
That's his first death. His first death in the game. That's a big bounce back.
Oh, but it went to off? I mean... get some close to Ags. I mean, Ags is important for him, I'm not gonna lie, but... You know, I think Chidori could have used that gold as well.
You take what you can get.
I mean, I just think he's so close to Butterfly now. I think SMG maybe Jonathan. Let's whisper it so, you know.
Maybe they have a chance. They might have a chance. A sliver of a chance.
See if they get that Butterfly up. What do you think Dota Plus says?
I would want to say Dota Plus is giving us an 80% chance for Blacklist.
80% chance? You're wrong. It's a 91% chance.
See, I can't read the AI as well, because normally, in the last patch, at this point, it would say 99.
Yeah, it kind of
It used to really jump to 99 instantly after a small, big win.
Yep.
Small, big win, but you know, it's changed its mind. Still,
a small, big win.
I
believe that's what they call a bit of a... What's it called? When you have like a deafening silence or juxtaposition.
Juxtaposition, a small, big win. That's all they need. SMG smoking out again.
SMG needs a big win here.
I mean, if they find pickoffs, again, if Blacklist starts splitting out around map, then the opportunities open up, but Roshan is being taken.
I mean, the smoke is just far too late. There. Well, is it? It's pretty slow, actually. Well, now that Carl's here, that's a little bit of your minus armor. You'll get through it, actually. Maybe SMG are going to have a chance here. They can Song to initiate in. And Blacklist, I feel like something's coming. You see the Plague Ward's now up. Oh my god, mid one just went through the portal. Does catch Bosku here. They're going to try and pop the ulti, but it's going to be KP who finds the ulti onto Masaros. He refreshes, I believe. So still is... No, he did not refresh. Pardon me. That was the ultimate out from the Venomancer as the Song of the Siren trying to reset this one. Chidori looking worse for wear and out of mana. Afu TPing away in the trees with the important kills. He did the one here on a Naga Siren. His mid one can't protect him, and with Raven now letting loose with the Metamorphosis, it looks like he can't. Down he goes. Raven with the double kill now as Zhao is attempting to TP out of this one as well. Mid one, he's been caught trying to pick off KP, but Bosku keeps him alive. The 8th Remnant otherwise would have killed him off, and KP, yeah, you got to tip the Bosku after that one. Nice fight from Blacklist.
They counter-initiate well. The angle for SMG just not that clean. Like, what do you do after his song to reset?
Nothing.
It's not much. You already got doomed up in Masaros. He doesn't have anything defensive up. The Lincoln's being on mid one means it's harder for him to just go back and try to save someone else.
And the double diffusals mean, like, you just can't ever cast anything.
Just you're always out of mana. Blacklist just play it clean into the Roche, get the Aegis up, get a little bit of Sunder action for Raven onto Bosco, I believe, just staying alive in the middle of all of this. And well, for SMG, that's a reveal with Butterfly on your Naga. It doesn't do much.
No, it
Talk
doesn't.
about maybe the evasion can give them a chance here.
They needed a better fight. I mean, that felt so desperate for obvious reasons for how this game is quickly, you know, continuing to break down against SMG, and how Blacklist continue to amass the items in that way. But finally, and maybe even for the first time this game, ever since the 5-minute mark, we have a hero on the side of SMG that is at least not below every single other core for Blacklist, and it is Chidori. Mid one as well has been able to find a little bit more farm now, you know, so things are, you know, they're not going as perfectly from SMG, but they're starting to try and at least claw their way back into this game. Now those scans ain't half bad here, but Blacklist, I mean, they've just got the numbers, honestly. They're just too scary.
Yeah, they're way ahead and they know it.
Yep, and they've got vision as well onto Zhao. He is going to be killed. KP waiting patiently for the counter initiation. Good blink out in time from Masaros. Carl's going to give chase here on that Rolling Thunder. Ooh, but bounced off of that little pillar there. It's actually kind of hard to see behind that banner.
Yeah, just missing out on a little opportunity to perhaps find that punishment on Masaros, but you don't mind. You kill off Zhao. You're not really needing too much. Maybe a core pickoff leads to the high ground. They are playing it a little bit more cautiously on Blacklist's end. We're expecting that SMG last time around the high ground did manage to get something working their way. And for the side of SMG, I mean, Chidori's still farming up. Like you mentioned, he's not bottom network core. He's at farm parity with the Doom, which is pretty big, considering that KP has been a menace in this map and has been playing with lower cooldown Devour. But to what extent? Like, when will this Naga carry this game 1v5? I don't know if it can still happen.
It's not. Yeah, no, I mean, it's certainly going to be a bit more difficult here. SMG, see what they can do now as they are mustering for a high ground defense. But that is going to be a TB, I believe, still conserving his Metamorphosis, just kind of doing the damage with the illusions, not really struggling whatsoever. Zhao from range, Saros as well. Bosku, though, ready to go for the Dispel as the Doom. Oh no, the jumper's been jumped. Song of the Siren, it ain't gonna save him either from downtown. Tims picks up the kill, and Carl with the debuff immunity as well is doing lots of damage here. Mid one even unable to jump him as Masaro is forced to buy back. Blacklist Rivalry considering backing up here as Chidori is now making that jump, looking for maybe someone to overextend a bit here. They're going to try and force the ultimate from Bosku. They've done just that now, but that's going to be a kill onto Offo. He buys back, got out the ultimate, but mid one, he's out of mobility. He's down for the count as well. Masaro's still looking for the lasso, manages to blink out before the projectiles from Raven actually connect, but still unable to find the jump. The buyback now from mid one, and that is going to be the sign to retreat here for Blacklist Rivalry. We'll see if SMG can finally find the pick up the hook before. Did you see how fast he died, Jonathan? He's dead instantly. Chidori's going to follow suit. He's got buyback. We'll see if that makes a difference. That's going to be the dieback now from a second here on the side of SMG. Afu hits the dirt for the second time in this fight. Mid one now. He's going to make the jump on in. See what he can catch. Well, a stun. He's copping lots of damage. That's going to be a Fiend's Grip. Do they have a shield in time? No, but Aegis is going to be there to cover him on the second life. Chidori, who's bought back, looking for a bit more damage as Tims might be the next target. KP jumping back on in. Hoof Stomp is going to end up missing out from him, but Chidori really wants his kill onto Tims. That's going to be a big one. The disarm preventing that momentum. Now Raven pops the illusion. They're getting onto Chidori even through the evasion. John Well doing his best to save him, but Carl through another Rolling Thunder preventing just that. Raven beyond godlike now without a double kill. They're on to mid one. That's going to be 4 diebacks. The 5th hero buyback is just Zhao, and that's it. They throw in the towel. Blacklist rivalry gets the 2-0 over Team SMG.
And that was a very convincing win out from Blacklist here in game number 2.